The president working the phones today to talk with folks in the Senate and the House about tax reform. He's having lunch today with a small group of Republican senators, Senator Lamar Alexander, Tennessee, Cory Gardner of Colorado, bringing over a handful of people who wanted to talk face-to-face with the president about a number of different issues. This lunch will not be specific to tax reform, though I am told tax reform will definitely be part of the agenda. The White House cautiously enthusiastic about how things are being are progressing in the Senate and in the House. Senate conferees being appointed today. The White House hoping to limit the scope of the conference that reconciles the House and the Senate versions of the bill to try to make everything as expedient as possible. Some areas, let's put them up on the screen for you here, where there is more work to be done. Small business taxes, the so-called pass-throughs, move to get the Senate bill closer to the House bill. Also more work to do on the state and local tax deduction. Some members looking for more flexibility, I'm told, in how the deduction can be applied. Both bills currently cap the deduction at $10K. No push to change that, just to add more flexibility to it. The White House also wants to fix the AMT. The Senate bill did not repeal the AMT. That was kind of a last-minute pay for that they thought that they could fix in the conference committee. Don't forget, the president paid $31 million in AMT, according to that leaked 2005 tax return. In Alabama politics, and this is pretty big, the president yesterday took the controversial step of giving full-throated endorsement to Republican candidate Roy Moore. The president called Moore from Air Force One yesterday as he was headed to Utah to give him his support. Finished the call by saying, quote, "Go get him, Roy." Now, the White House won't say whether or not the president will do any campaign events for Moore. He does have an event in Pensacola on Friday. Pensacola very close to the Florida-Alabama border, and Pensacola reaches into the Mobile, Alabama market. So it's possible that there could be something for Roy Moore in that. The Republican National Committee also re-upping with Moore. The decision was made that since he's not dropping out, they can't afford to lose the seat to Doug Jones, so they're back in the game. What might happen to Moore after he is elected, should he be elected, though, Sandra, is another question. Still a lot of questions here at the White House, a lot of debate as to whether or not he will actually be seated in the Senate. We'll see where it goes. It's a week from today.
All right, John, and how has the FBI agent Peter Strzok affected the investigation on Russian interference?
Well, certainly it's affected the perception, if anything, because we found out yesterday that as part of the investigation, Peter Strzok did interview General Michael Flynn, and now we find out that his role, Strzok's role, in the Clinton email investigation is now under review. That prompted a tweet from the president yesterday in which he said, quote, "Report anti-Trump FBI agent led Clinton email probe. Now it all starts to make sense." Strzok has maintained a very low profile as an FBI counterintelligence investigator. We don't even have a photo of him. The Department of Justice Inspector General is reviewing his role in the Clinton email scandal, including reports that he watered down language in the final Comey report, changing the words, quote, "grossly negligent" to "extremely careless." The president took aim at the FBI broadly yesterday, tweeting that its reputation is in tatters, which prompted the current FBI director, Christopher Wray, to send an email to FBI personnel in which he said, quote, "I am continually reminded of the breadth and significance of our work," and that he is, quote, "inspired by example after example of professionalism and dedication to justice demonstrated around the Bureau. It is truly an honor to represent you." Wray ended the memo with his favorite maxim, which is keep calm and tackle hard. But certainly we're only just hearing the beginning of all of this as it relates to Peter Strzok.